Hello, friends. Hello, and happy moment wherever you are. I am Jen from Personal Power Life Coaching and Wellness Living, and I am wishing you a most joyous and magnificent moment wherever you are in the universe, here and now. Thanks for joining. And this message or this segment is geared towards several insights that have come through in this day. And one of the most empowering ones that I can share with you as a trained life coach is that of choosing your perspective in life to face or to look forward in any situation or in whatever circumstance is going on for you at the moment. Because at the end of the day, you can always see the benefits, the pros, and the cons of practically any situation. Now, the only variance will be how many items are in the pro side and how many items are in the con or the against side. So, this is where having a clear analytical understanding of where are the positives and the benefits of this experience and where are the negatives in this experience or potential situation? Because when you look at it from that more logical and detached perspective, you can realize that you can see almost every situation from various perspectives or viewpoints, and that can radically shift your emotions and your attachment to a certain outcome that you're expecting or a certain tension or pressure that you feel internally because your reality does not live up to your expectations or standards. So for instance, in your life, I invite you to use it as an experiment and just notice in an experience that discomforts you or that brings you great joy. Notice that if you really wanted to, you could convince yourself into seeing how something could be detrimental, but also in seeing what are the pluses, what are the gains from that side of the equation. And just keeping this in the back of your mind, implanting it like a little seed that's always there for you for your self-empowerment can always help you to remember in any situation that, hey, but then again, there is another way to look at this for sure, even if it's not where I'm going to stay. But I know that it's not all bad. There is some benefit, and that benefit, even if it's one thing versus 10 opposite things, it can still give you a greater perspective and help to ease the tension and worry and anxiety that arises in your mind and in your body. So this is a key tool and technique that any perceptual position or any coach will be aware of, and any person, right, living life. As you get older and wiser, you realize that things are not always what they seem on the surface and at first glance, and that you have to let things evolve, because what may seem terrific today, tomorrow can reveal something new that will make it not so wonderful, and then that will influence the way that you feel about it. So as you have a greater awareness that this is having a positive or beneficial intent or a positive outcome in some way, it helps you to kind of just gain more clarity, deeper perspective, a deeper sense of wisdom, a deeper sense of detachment, so that you have more self-mastery and self-control, and you're not so emotionally caught up in whatever is going on today, because things are always changing, things are flowing. This too will pass, this too will ebb and flow, and what is true today, tomorrow can be contradicted. So it helps you to keep a more flexible and supple mindset and attitude towards life and situations, so that rather than being rigid and fixed, you can be more flexible, adaptable, and hence resilient, and hence happier, and you feel a deeper sense of abiding peace, an underlying background peace, because you know the negative appearance of things is not the whole picture. I don't know everything that's happening right now. There are a lot of other dynamics at play, and this understanding helps me to realize that I'm doing the best I can. So let's put our best foot forward, our best thinking forward, and proceed from this space of wisdom. So that is something that I feel is a greatly beneficial insight that you probably already knew, and I am simply just reiterating and underscoring a truth that helps all of us cope and surpass the difficulties of life. Now, the other item that I wanted to highlight is just on loneliness, because it seems to be a sentiment that arises in people throughout humanity across the span of space and time. And it's an emotion or a sentiment or a dynamic, an energetic dynamic, or simply a thought that arises. And although it's so uncomfortable, at least when I feel it, it's uncomfortable, and yet it's a great reminder that you have your soul and you have your heart and you have guidance, whether that's God for you or whether you don't believe in that, or you believe in Allah or Buddha or Krishna or multiple deities, or you just believe in nature and the elements or in the life force. You're never really alone, and there's always someone out there. Even if you're in the forest or the desert, you have the stars and you have the molecules of the sand beneath your feet, and you have the sun that blazes in the sky, which is energetic, and even that has a life force of its own, because it comes and it goes, it pulses and it wanes. These are all living elements and components. And even more tangibly than that, we have spirit, we have our angels, you have your inner being, you have constant and ongoing eternal support, and you are never alone. And I feel that it's a great reminder to just remember that you're never alone, and you can always ask for help and support, to be guided and supported and empowered from the right sources that truly nourish and fuel you. And even if it helps, using affirmations like, I am nourished from within. Even if it doesn't feel like that, just saying it for the sake of saying it, playing along with that, and then seeing how that unfolds within you. And then letting the emotions flow through you. Feel the emotions and don't numb them or sedate them, but rather let them flow and let them pass, because they will pass, and then you will move forward. Tomorrow is a new day, and you awaken refreshed and renewed. So it's just about shifting our perspective, changing the key, putting in a different key into the lock of your infinite wisdom and your infinity, and just letting yourself flow with that timeless and universal, amazing and remarkable source of joy, longevity, inner peace, and well-being, because the peace is where it's at. And then you will be more intuitive, so that you can make decisions that are even better for you, the best suited for you at this point in your unique development in life. And it helps you to move forward closer and closer in that moment towards what makes you feel really good and to who you really are, your best self. And that's what it's all about, is just living your best life and being your best self, moment to moment. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining. I wish you a magnificent and marvelous evening, weekend, life, and I love you and I appreciate you. Thanks for listening to the message, and let's keep going. keep going, keep up with those positive changes that you've been doing, and keep believing in yourself and loving yourself always. Okay? So keep up the faith in you, and hence the faith and trust and the joy for life. Joie de vivre for everyone. All right. Goodbye from Jen at Personal Power Life Coaching. See you again.